How's it going, guys, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be checking out how we can farm Armorite Ore in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Of course, we can find this rarely by picking up the sparkly items on the ground, or also ask rewards for max raid battles within the Isle of Armor DLC. However, there is a way that's a lot more efficient. So inside the Isle of Armor DLC, there's going to be another NPC, which is going to be the Lady Digger. Now, this NPC can be found at random amongst 14 different set locations, where anytime we interact with this NPC, she will disappear and spawn at another random one of those locations. The way this NPC works is that when we speak to her, she will offer to dig for Armorite Ore. If she succeeds the first time without breaking the shovel, we get the choice to let her stop and take home 2 Armorite Ore. However, we also have the option to allow her to keep digging, each time digging up 1 more ore at a time, with the risk of that if her shovel breaks at any point during the digging, we won't receive any of the ore she has dug up in this current attempt. But now we know how this works, it's time to learn all of the locations she can spawn at. It may seem a little bit complicated with so many different spawn locations, but once you've done a few routes of this, it becomes really easy to remember where the spawn locations are. So the first spawn location she can be at is going to be just outside the dojo up this hill to the right hand side here, near this rock and tree. Notice that the NPC won't actually spawn until we get pretty close to her due to the limitations of the Nintendo Switch, but if you look carefully, you will be able to see her shovel at quite some distance, so you don't need to get right up close to see if she's going to spawn there or not. If she isn't there, the next place we can check is right at the entrance of the Forest of Focus, just past the bridge on the right hand side. The third location she can spawn at is inside the Brawlers cave. As soon as we enter, we want to go up the first ramp, and she can be found behind this big rock pillar. If we continue through Brawler's Cave all the way up to Challenge Road, where the Tower of Darkness is, just before we get to the Tower of Darkness, if we take a right, and behind this rock is another one of her spawn locations. Also very close by, if we go from the Challenge Road down to the Training Lowlands, as soon as we enter the Training Lowlands, if we take a right, there'll be this bit of a valley, and at the end of this valley, we'll be able to see another one of her spawn locations. Now, I don't actually have a recording of her being at this next one, but if we go through the warm-up tunnel into the Potbottom Desert, right at the far end here where we can see this rock, there is a chance of her spawning there. However, this is one of the 3 spawn locations that are extremely rare, so I'd only check this if you've checked all of the other ones first and you can't find her. Next up, we're heading into the waters and heading towards the Honeycalm Island. Now, directly east of this island, we'll be able to see this little bit of a ramp where land leads into an alcove. And here is another one of the spawn locations of the Diggin Lady. Now in this area, if we head a little bit further southwest, we go all the way behind the Tower of Waters. As far back as we can go, we'll find another island. And on the far end of this island is another one of her spawn locations. Now a little bit further south from the previous one, if we go into the Stepping Stone Sea, there's actually apparently another spawn location in here up this ramp on the back part of this island. However, I've not seen her there a single time, so again, only check here really if you can't find her anywhere else. I've been doing this for multiple hours and not once has she ever spawned here. But according to quite a few sources, apparently there is a spawn location here, so just take that into account. Heading into the Loop Lagoon, there's this little beach on the north side of the main island, and on this beach is where we can find her. Now, full circling pretty much back to the start of the DLC, as soon as we exit the station, if we head into the sea just southeast of here, we'll see this little island, and directly above this island, there's another little hidden beach. And as you guessed, on this beach is where we can find her once again. The next location we can find her is going to be on this small island to the west of the dojo, where it looks like it's got a little bit of a crown on it if we look on the map. We can find the NPC standing next to the tree closest towards the dojo side of the island. Now, the final location of the Diggin Lady can be here inside the Courageous Cavern. Now again, this is another one of those rare spawn locations that I have personally not seen her spawn at, despite doing this for like multiple hours just to try and get all of the spawn locations. But again, multiple people have stated that they have definitely seen her here, so do again take that into account. Unfortunately, it's not really a straight path. The route we have to take gets a little bit messy, a lot of detours to get from one spawn location to the other. But once you start memorizing where the spawn locations are, it does get a lot simpler. So that is how we can farm Armorite Ore in Pokemon Sword and Shield Isle of Armor DLC. I hope you did find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content coming very soon, and we'll see you next time.